Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Boston Celtics. Taking a look at the Celtics, the talk has been that they don't want to play with caution tonight. They want to let it all hang out. They seem to be a pretty revved-up group coming into this game. We'll see if that translates into success on the court. And for the Celtics, how about their head coach, Brad Stevens? He's a youthful-looking guy. I know he's over 40, doesn't look it, but he's very, very poised.
Well, truthful, I think the one thing that he is he's a straight-up coach who has a no-nonsense approach. He's comfortable in his own skin, and I think he does look younger than 40.
And, he's a young guy, but he's not afraid to challenge his players. And he keeps an even keel. You won't see him breaking any clipboards. I like this guy.
You may not see him breaking any clipboards. That doesn't mean he doesn't do it behind closed doors.
Well, see, there's a difference.
I know.
We like it when you're behind closed doors breaking them. We just don't want it in public. Don't embarrass us.
Here's Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
I'm Kevin Harlan, the fourth member of our crew. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We're live from Boston. It's the home of the Celtics. It'll be the Celtics off the tip. So the next starting five. We've got Hollis Jefferson, Alan Crabb out there with Russell. Then it's Moskoff, and it's Carroll in at the three, the small forward. Drills the three-pointer.
That's just outstanding awareness. Remarkable at finding his guys when they're wide open. And just think about this. Kyrie Irving, in a single season at Duke, he only played 11 games. He was limited to 11 games. Still, he was the #1 overall pick. That's a game. And then he justified it winning Rookie of the Year. Incredible.
Kyrie Irving with a historically great rookie campaign, but some have said he hasn't improved a whole lot on that big entrance into the NBA.
His defense is still a work in progress, and that's what he has to shore up if he's going to enter the conversation for maybe best point guard in the world. But to me, he's already in that conversation.
good from Mozgov. And the Nets adding their own G League affiliate, the Long Island Nets.
Yeah, and the Nets franchise originally, remember, based in Long Island. So nice to have that homecoming. And of course, with young talent development, so critical for this Nets organization. Having that minor league team in close proximity, very valuable.
Mozgov hits them both.
What an advantage for a big man to have that smooth stroke of the line.
Irving against Russell. Horford sets a screen for Irving. Shot off the pick. A rebound by the Nets.
D a little slow to get in his face there. Fortunate it didn't cost him.
Carroll with the three. It's good from long range. Carroll's got himself on the board with three there.
And that's his role. That's where Carroll's at his best, the catch and shoot.
On its way from Irving for two. Releases from the wing and drills it.
That's his mindset. Attack, attack, attack whenever possible.
Russell kicks to Mozgov. Now here's Carroll. The Nets working the ball around now. And the Nets, another three.
And guys, this is what you like to see early on, gaining a little confidence from range.
Well, I wouldn't say that's his shot, but it's a shot he can make. And that really opens things up for the offense.
And he overshot that one, missing. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Russell against Irving. Over to the wing. Crabbe from long range. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Crabbe's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Irving passes to Hayden. Tries it from 9. Good on the shot.
Well, everyone knows that Horford relishes any chance he gets down low.
Russell kicks to Mozgov. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Russell against Irving. Over Russell. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Irving's got his second basket.
Well, and the Celtics bringing in Brad Stevens as head coach in 2013. That same summer, they made their blockbuster trade with the Nets. 2 home run moves for their franchise.
Now here's Carroll. He has 6. 5 on the clock. Feeds to Russell. Mozgov a screen on Horford. Russell from long range. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Yeah, and we're going to be watching this for the next decade or more. Russell savage from deep.
Picked by Horford. Here's Irving. Misses off the right eye. And the Celtics signed Brad Stevens to a 6-year contract to lure him away from Butler in college basketball. Chris, they were very confident he'd be a great coach.
Well, they might want to pull out their pen and have him sign another 6-year deal real quick because he's already established himself as one of the league's top coaches.
Here's Irving following the bucket by the Nets. Morris outside. Horford sets a screen for Morris. Mozgov with the block.
And the size and length of Mozgov, a big factor. Hard to convert when he's there.
Now look, Marcus Morris, he's a player who's never going to be a star when you look at the stats, but he brings a great amount to the team. Usually the heart and soul of the team. He can score in a multitude of ways, inside and outside.
Shoot 2.
Free throw good for Morris. And see, Webb, as you mentioned with Morris, the value he brings in his ability to fill in gaps on a roster. Very much a glue guy that is needed for successful teams.
Well, yeah, Kevin, and I like the mentality that Morris brings to the group. I like his heart. He's never afraid to go at a defender one-on-one, keeps his teammates involved, holds his guys accountable. Love his game.
Both good from the line that time.
While the shooting that Morris provides his team with is crucial, just a real valuable part of this team.
The pass to Hollis Jefferson. There's a screen. It's stolen, and pushing it up, here's Boston.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Pass to Lynn. Here's Hollis Jefferson, covered by Morris. And here's Harris from the arc. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Lynn with the steal. And here's the fast break. As Hollis Jefferson drops in the breakaway layup. Hollis Jefferson's got his first 2 points of the night.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
On the wing, Brown. Guarded by Harris. And it's Brown missing.
And right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
I like the decision making. That's a shot you want to take.
Broke loose. And here we go. Fast break. Lynn's got it. Here's Morris. No good that time. Good D by Booker. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Back to Lynn. They set the pick to the wing right side. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Lynn's got his first 3 points of the game. And the wide open shot from Morris. Again the miss by Morris.
Whoa, D caught a break on that play. I'm sure that is not the plan. He was so wide open.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And guys, the Nets enjoying a nice lead here.
I mean, you saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after one.
Well, there's not enough defensive pressure on the perimeter. We'll see in the second quarter if that gets corrected.
And Chris, we often talk about what makes a good coach or a good player, but to change it up a bit, what do you think is an aspect of being a good general manager in the NBA?
I think being a good manager is about a couple of things. Knowing how to manipulate and deal with the salary cap so that you can bring the best players around each other, but the skill sets have to fit. Best players aren't just what a guy has done in the past or how many points he scored or how many records that he's broken. It's about, does his skill set fit with another player? So you don't want 2 guys that are ball handlers on the same team, or you don't want 2 guys that need a ball handler to facilitate, and therefore you don't have anyone to penetrate. So someone that knows how to weave and interject different skill sets that will complement each other, I think is the type of GM that is successful in this league.
Sometimes easier said than done, though, right?
I think most times easier said than done because a lot of GMs have some great ideas, but they need someone else to help in that trade or a player that's willing. And so, you know, you have a lot of moving factors right there.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Jeremy Lin. Hollis Jefferson is out there with LeVert. Then there's Trevor Booker. And it's Kilpatrick in at the 2 spot. Here's Kilpatrick following the basket by Jaylen Brown. LeVert the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's LeVert. Clock at 6. There's the pick. Here's Kilpatrick. Again, the Nets for 2.
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston. He's checked in for Morris. Gordon Hayward comes in for Tatum. Smart's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And Irving subbed in for Terry Rozier.
The Celtics making major strides offensively. Back in 2014, one of the worst teams in the league. They've gotten better every season.
That's how you protect the rim. Stand your ground and make him alter his release.
Passes it to Kilpatrick. They set the pick. That's short off the rim. And the arrival of Al Horford surely has a lot to do with this Celtic offensive revival.
And now with Hayward and Kyrie Irving and Tatum added, it'll get even better. At the same time, the Celtics style sharing the basketball, a lot of drive and kick, they bury teams from the three-point line.
Here is Russell. Marcus Smart picking up that last basket. Grab with the ball. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. From downtown, and again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Irving against Russell. 11 feet away. Irving misses. Brooklyn leading by 17. Outside, Russell. Off the pick. Here's Booker. Missile on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or it's sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart?
Damari Carroll's checked in for the Nets.
One shot, find the lane.
Free throw good, Booker. And one of those lunch pail players. You love him, Greg. Trevor Booker out of Clemson.
Just hard-nosed, gets on the glass, and although only 6'8", he gets off his feet quickly. A terrific leaper and just one of those ultra-competitive guys.
Now, here is Russell. Following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Fires top of the key. And that one's good. Russell's got 5 points so far.
And whether on or off ball, Russell really knows how to work off screen.
Irving. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Not an easy finish right there, but a beautiful move to give himself just enough space to get in close and knock it down.
And Kyrie Irving very steady with the ball in his hands. Not a lot of turnovers for a player who handles the ball as much as he does.
Yeah, I mean, he makes great reads. Pick and roll, drives, kicks. He keeps his dribble low, but sometimes he has his dribble high. He's great at the pocket passes, great off pick and rolls, great at screens, and can space the floor.
That's good from Irving.
If you ask me, Irving has quickly ascended into one of the league's best players. I mean, a fast, lethal point guard with a beautiful jump shot. What else can you ask for?
Now here's Crab. He's got 6. And it's Carroll in the corner. Al Horford with the rebound.
Good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly. Then with the quick reaction time, he keeps battling. But so far this quarter, he hasn't been able to get it going.
Shoots from 12. Again, the Nets for 2.
Yeah, with the size and quick shot release, Russell a tough cover from mid-range.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Well, growing up, D'Angelo Russell had his favorite players, but he said the player he patterned his game after was the great Manu Ginobili. Russell knew he wasn't the most athletic, but Manu was a player who's made the most of his physical abilities.
And Russell and Ginobili with similar body types, both lefties with a high skill level.
Oh, yeah, you see the similarities. It's no accident. Russell watched a ton of Ginobili highlights. Credit him for selecting such a great role model.
2:26 left here in the second. Here's the screen. Smart kicks to Irving. Hands it from downtown. Irving's got 6 points in the quarter.
I like how Irving feels the defense out. He's sensing he has room to shoot and fire once he gets the rock.
Pass to Whitehead. He dishes it to Harris. The feed to Mozgov. Russell kicks to Mozgov. Harris with it. Now defended by Hayward. 5 to shoot. The dish now to Mozgov. The pass to Harris. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And that's how you answer back.
Trading bombs the last 2 possessions. They're going after it.
Irving dishes to Baines. Back to Irving. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And of course, for the Nets, I mean, they won't control their own first-round pick until 2019. There's going to be some losing along the way with not much reward.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. And Greg, the Nets trading away the better part of a decade worth of draft picks when they went all in back in 2013 and 2014.
Yeah, going for vets like Darren Williams and Gerald Wallace, Paul Pierce, and of course KG. But unfortunately, all past their prime. That team only able to get to the second round, and boy, what a heavy price to pay for so little success in the postseason.
Now here's Lynn. Mozgov kicks to Harris. Dishes it to Lynn. Lynn a screen on Brown. Harris passes to Carroll. Irving against Lynn. No good with the triple. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Tatum dishes to Irving. Shoots over Lynn. Kept alive. That one's a miss. His 3rd shot of the game. He's made one of them. That shot off. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets taking a 19-point lead into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We've got more in store for you right after this. And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They are dominating the scoring, leading by 19. Kenny, what's your take?
That was the half of the super sub for them. A lot of offense coming off the bench, and that's such a luxury to have that kind of firepower available. There were times when the pace picked up when the second unit came into the game. And that's the best part, having a bunch of guys who's ready at the drop of a hat.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Boston?
Well, the bottom line, they got to defend the three-point line much better. They were concentrating all their effort into protecting the paint, and these guys were standing behind the line, yakum, splaka kataya, and that strategy backfired, Ernie. They gave up far too many open looks, and all those threes killed them.
And that's all we can do for now. As the second half begins, we get you back to Kevin Harlan.
Welcome back, everyone. There's State Station. That's where you get off the tee if you're going to go visit the old State House here in Boston. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Oh, well, he's a tricky cover. He does a good job of sensing the defense, making the right move at the right time.
Chris, you've been on both sides of the coin for this. When it comes to a veteran presence in the locker room, just how important is that? both, when you were a young player getting it, and maybe as an older player when you were preaching it?
When I was a rookie, Kevin, I needed a veteran just as much as I needed an assistant coach. They were that important to me because when you think about it, that's how you learn your routine.
Wow.
What to eat before a game, how many hours to eat before a game, how to recoup after a game, how to say no to your friends and family for playoff tickets because, you're at home and you got to buy 75 tickets. Just kind of how to navigate through life. That veteran player can help. And I think that's one thing when the game kind of got lost in years past, it was because we lost that veteran presence in the locker room. And so, to me, the veteran presence is everything. Chris Mullin getting on me because I'm a rookie. I mean, I would have paid him to do that. So, it's really cool because just as much as they get on you, they help you and they explain the game, help you out with life and everything else. So it's like a big brother relationship.
Oh, that's good to hear. This is the 4 with Horford in the middle. Kyrie Irving is out there with Smart. And it's Hayward in at the 3 slot. That's the Boston 5. Picked by Horford. There's a good screen. He feeds it to Irving. Shot clock at 6. Buries it from 3-point range.
Okay, I'm telling you, when Irving is feeling it, you've got to keep feeding him the ball. He's an incredible, versatile scorer.
Kicks to Carroll. Over Hayward. Again, the Nets for 2.
Yet another easy make. They're really cooking now after making their 3rd straight shot to begin this half.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And really, the first 3 or 4 seasons of his career, DeMar Carroll was kind of a fringe rotation player. I think once his three-point shooting took form in Atlanta, that's when his value as a player skyrocketed.
And for DeMar Carroll, able to hit the 3, but it all starts for him, Greg, at the defensive end.
Yeah, he can be an intimidator on that side of the ball, and with his lockdown mentality defensively, he only needs to provide complementary scoring to be a key contributor.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the 3rd quarter. In the corner, Horford with it. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Horford's got 5 minutes.
Excellent job by Horford to shoot that as soon as he caught it. Just outstanding at giving the D no time to react.
Carroll kicks to Russell. Just 5 to shoot. And the layup's good off the glass. Russell's got 5 points now this quarter.
And happy to take it up inside. You see Russell under control and in charge.
Irving passes to Morris. And there's Horford. That's good on the assist by Irving. Irving's got his 3rd assist on the night. Russell against Irving. Russell kicks to Booker. Over Horford. Tried to bank it in, but he missed.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
A shot's good from Irving.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Russell kicks to Booker. Carroll with the 3. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
They've leaned on him tonight, and he's delivered with some great shooting.
Feeds it to Hayward. And again, Boston with the triple.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And the Celtics franchise with the league-leading 17 NBA championships, their last in 2008.
Yeah, and with the talent and assets they possess, they might be in the hunt for banner number 18 before you know it. One of the beasts of the East, without question.
So it's the Celtics now, following the 3-pointer by Brook, and the 3-ball is good.
And that field goal percentage climbing now above 50%. they look like a different team here.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Right there.
Yeah, and you love how Russell keeps his eyes up. Rarely misses a guy when he's free.
And that last replay, courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Hayward dishes to Horford. Out to Morris. Fires from deep. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. And it's 8 points for Marcus Morris.
Kevin Morris is a real student of the game, knowing exactly where to be off the screen.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
I mean, Al Horford has a complete game. He can hit a big shot. He can get a defensive stop. Even setting a great screen. And let's not forget about his passing. He does it all.
Checked in for Morris. Jaylen Brown comes in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Rozier in for Kyrie Irving. Then for the Nets, LeVert's checked in for DeMar Carroll. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for Allen Crabbe. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Russell. A nice shot by LeVert. And you think about Al Horford setting screens, Chris, he can pick and roll, but he can also pick and pop.
Well, what I like about that, and for those basketball nerds like myself, what that means is he can facilitate. So he's a threat. If he sets the pick, he can go to the hole and finish. But as a defender, you have to be careful because you just can't anticipate that. He can step back and knock down the jump shot. And if he's good at that, what about when he steps back, pump fakes, gives you a hands up, spins, and dunks on you? That's what they're talking about.
A nice shot by LeVert.
And that's how you answer back.
Trading bombs the last two possessions. They're going at one another.
Horford the pass to Smart. Picked by Horford. Here's Tatum. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Tatum's got his first points of the game.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
LeVert the pass to Booker. Here's LeVert. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. There's the pick. Here's Lin. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
And really respect the confidence of Lin. His teammates love how he runs these pick and roll plays.
Here's Rozier, defended by Lin. Rozier kicks to Brown. Pass to Horford. Over Booker. Rebounded by the Nets. From deep. And again, Brooklyn with the triple. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets to the 21-point lead to end the quarter. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Pace of play is a big part of tonight, okay? Make sure on the bench when we come back, we lift it. We lift it.
The team's great young teachers, Brad Stevens, wanting his guys to control the tempo.
Yeah, and he feels if they push it, if they attack intelligently, it's going to be to their advantage.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. They've got Mozgov. LeVert out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then it's Jeremy Lin. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2. Pass to Mozgov. Dinwiddie dishes to Mozgov. Here's LeVert. And the Nets, another 3. And Chris, you've been working as an analyst now for quite some time. Do you feel that how you view and enjoy the game has changed as you've transitioned from being a player on the floor to the booth?
You know what? I've learned a lot, and I've learned to look at the game a different way, but I look at the game the same way. I think the onus is on the player to execute what the coach and the GM puts out there for you to do, for you not to become a one-dimensional player, for you to improve in the summertime. That's the only time you can improve. And when you don't come back and you don't improve, it's obvious that you have the same glaring weaknesses that you had the year before. Even if you're not on the team that can compete for a championship, you want to make sure that you compete for a championship, that you compete for an all-star, that you compete to have your name out there. And so a lot of times we'll watch some of those teams, and I love seeing that they compete or if they laid it down early in the season. So, no, I would say that really what gives me an advantage is that the way that I looked at the game, and hopefully, that gives me a unique perspective when I'm out there trying to talk to other basketball heads like myself.
Boston making some changes. Morris comes in for Tatum, and Irving subbed in for Terry Rozier. Whitehead's checked in for the Nets. Lynn against Irving. Lynn the pass to LeVert. Picked by Mozgov. From deep. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Morris. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, look at Morris. Just using that big body of his to draw contact. The defense has a tough time matching up with him.
Marcus Morris will be at the line shooting 2.
Back to that big 3 era in Boston, the Celtics have not been shy about aggressively trading to reshape this roster. They've made a rapid rebuild that's really the envy of a lot of teams around our league.
Boston making a switch here. Hayward's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time. And as aggressive as the Celtics have been, Greg, they've also shown patience, haven't they?
Yeah, and in some ways, maybe a victim of their own success. You come out on the winning end of your trades time and again. Other GMs don't want to look bad. They get hesitant, possibly, and don't want to add their name to that list. And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Russell comes in for Jeremy Lin. Here's Irving. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Irving double team. Here's Horford. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. And the Celtics with possession here. Hayward can hit.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Mozgov kicks to Crab. There's the screen. 6 to shoot. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. And a key part of Allen Crabbe's development is growth as a defender.
Well, and a 6'11" wingspan. I mean, he's had to work to get stronger. Now with his shooting, he's a player who can contribute offensively and defensively.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Crabbe.
Crabbe is known as a sniper. He's a consistent scorer. He shoots a great percentage from anywhere on the court.
The Nets making a switch here. Both good from the line that time.
And over the course of the Nets franchise history, some interesting decisions. I mean, back in the 90s, they came very close to changing the team name to the Swamp Dragons. I think he's just going to leave that one right there.
Oh, just a brick wall of a screen. Knocks the defender out of the play.
Harris kicks to Crabbe. They set the screen. And Carroll gets it to go. So, Greg, how close were the Nets to being the Swamp Dragons anyway?
Well, it needed a unanimous vote of all the teams to change it, but there was one vote against it. The Nets themselves voted against the change, and they had 7 owners who rotated voting duties, and the one on deck got cold feet.
When Morris gets it down in the paint, he's deadly, using his big arms to get these shots up and in.
Pick by Mozgov. Pass to Kilpatrick. Tries again. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Both teams deciding to change it up. Irving against Russell. Mozgov sets a screen for Russell. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Nice ball movement by Boston. Horford sets a screen for Smart. And it's denied. Crabbe kicks to Russell. And there's the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Carroll against Hayward. Crabbe in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. They set the screen. A minute 20 left to play in the final quarter. And there's the 3-second violation. And a big movement for the Celtics. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Horford. Tatum comes in for Marcus Morris. Brown, he's checked in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Rozier in for Smart. Boston's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the 4th quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Nets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And the Nets miss again.
It's a confidence shaker when you can't hit a wide open 3 like that.
Here's Baines. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Oh yeah, this is a nice run here, but too little too late. And deep down, I think they know it.
Out left to the wing. Dinwiddie dishes to Allen. Shot clock at 6. Here's Kilpatrick. Buries it from 3-point range.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
Wow, this is a huge road win. These guys banded together. Just an awesome game.
At the line, Celtics. Kyrie Irving will be at the line shooting 2.
That free throw good from Kyrie Irving. And so Irving nails both of them. Here's Dinwiddie. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Jeremy Lin. Impressive team win tonight. What were your thoughts?
I thought it was a great effort, 1 through 15. Everybody just coming out with high energy and playing team basketball.
The ball got going and it led to a big win, Jeremy. Thank you. Kevin, back to you.